I own a rental house that was leased to a tenant who has had someone else living there. This other person invited a friend, so we've now got a second person in and their dog, and the dog bit the friend. The person bit is suing me as the landlord. I had no insurance on the house at the time. Oh, we need to talk about that. Otherwise, I'd turn it over to the insurance company. I didn't see where any blame can be put on me, for I am not allowed in the house during the lease period. Please advise. And this is Brian. So the first thing we want to talk with you about is if you have rental property, you need to take special precautions to protect yourself. If you have enough assets that you can set aside and have a rental property, probably the first thing you need to do is go out and get insurance. And of course, getting insurance after the fact is not going to help you in this particular instance, but it's something that would help you in the future. As far as the legal aspect of it, in all three states, Alabama, Georgia, and Florida, the landlord typically is not responsible for an animal bite that occurs on the property. And I say typical, there are some exceptions to it. However, the owner of the dog is strictly liable, meaning regardless of what happened, unless the dog was provoked, was being agitated in some way and then reached out and bit somebody to protect itself, then typically the person who has the vehicle, the person who has the dog is going to be responsible for the dog bite, and typically not the landowner.
If you have rental property, what you really also want to do is probably have that in some sort of business legal entity like an LLC. It's going to give you a little added protection as well for these liability issues. And then beyond that, where we would come in is maybe you want to put that into a trust, something that's going to further protect you and your heirs and those kind of things going down the road.
So Brian, some advice for the future, and you know, it's something that you do need to seek an attorney about, because if you get sued and you don't answer that lawsuit, then you can be held liable for it. So if you do get lawsuit papers, you need to seek out the advice of an attorney immediately.